It was a beautiful day today. I knew I needed to get out of the house, so I'm at the Dellenbeck Dunes Trail. This is just to the south of Eel Creek Campground, where I stayed this last summer when I was heading back for my trip to Maine. And also Hall Lake is not very far away, and that was where I did that big old full day in the dunes. I was planning on doing another full day in the dunes starting here, but kind of just decided to pop out here today. It's a 6-mile round trip journey to the water and back to the actual ocean. So I don't know if I'm gonna do that today. Probably not. I've packed pretty light with my stuff. I've got my backpack with me, but I just knew I needed to get out. I'd spent the last couple days hanging around the house, and I didn't want to go too far because I've been kind of getting an itch to go a little bit further away than I probably should be right now. I'm trying to be a little bit better with spending money on gas and that kind of stuff. But hopefully this week I'll be getting more job news, and if I get confirmation that I get the job that I want, then I might do a little celebratory, oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? I swear I'm not drunk. A little celebratory trip up to Tillamook. I passed through there when I was going down the coast after I came back from New Year's, but there's a section west of Tillamook over by Cape Mears, I think, and Lookout Point State Park. I think that's what it is. I didn't do that. It was too late in the day to actually pull off there, but I've heard that that's a really amazing portion of the coast, and it's only a few hours north of me. So if it all works out, I want to do that for a nice weekend trip. Try and camp if the weather's nice, or maybe get a cheap hotel. But anyway, have to see if that works out. But for right now, I'm at the dunes, so I'll walk around here for a little bit. I like this little view here. These pines leaning over the little wetland. Still not a lot of stuff blooming yet, but I saw some manzanita that were getting their little white flowers started. These huckleberry, they'll probably be a while longer. I'm really hoping that I get to stay out here for the summer, because I know it's going to be a huge pain to deal with tourists going down 101 all the time, but it would be really cool to get to experience an actual Pacific Coast summer. And especially if I got to go picking berries throughout. Look at this madrone here. That exfoliating bark. Ah, so pretty. After passing by one of the loops for Eel Creek Campground, I'm now out towards the dunes. It's way quieter over here. I don't know if there's just not that many vehicles going down the highway right now, or the vegetation finally absorbed enough sound to block it, but here it is. I can't even hear the ocean either, because I don't think it's very rough today, but also quite a distance between me and the shore right now. Maybe I'll be able to see it from the top of that dune. Pretty though. The sand is nice and packed from the humidity and the rain we've been having lately, which is good. Makes it easier for walking on. Yeah, I don't know how long I'm gonna stay out here. Might just meander for a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna go all the way to the shore. I don't have enough stuff for that. I do want to spend more time out in the dunes soon. I need to spend some time researching to see what areas are going to be restricted for the snowy plover protection. I don't want to be planning something out and then realizing that I can't go there anymore, and that's probably going to be starting in a couple weeks. So I got to get on that. But at the very least, I'm here today. Spend some time out here and just appreciate it. In that tree island down there, you can hear all the frogs. I might try and walk a little bit closer. I'll stay on the bare sand. But yeah, there's a lot of them out right now, which is kind of surprising for how late in the day it is, or for how early in the day. I feel like I usually hear them at night, but I might get a little bit closer. So unlike the tree island that I went around over there at Hall Lake, this one's actually fairly easy to access. Just kind of had a brief little dip into the dunes here, and then right now I'm on the edge of it. I'm not going to go in. Not like you really can anyway. I mean, I'm sure people go in here sometimes, but it's pretty thick, pretty well vegetated. Lots of shrubs with the salal and the huckleberry and the myrtlewood. So it's nice to see, though. I just realized that I haven't pitched my hammock like anywhere out here. So that'd be a smart use of a day trip if I wanted to come out here into the dunes. I'll have to look and see what their rules are for that, because it's possible that they have stricter limitations on where you can pitch hammocks. I mean, I'm used to I think it's like 6-inch diameter rule. I could be wrong about that, don't quote me on that. But I think the tree has to be at least 6 inches in diameter, and you have to have straps that are, I think it's 1.5 inches wide. I'll double check and make sure. But anyway, I don't like pitching a hammock from anything smaller than like a noticeably large tree anyway. Like these would probably be fine. And these are, I'd say, at least 10 inches in diameter. But yeah, I should definitely come out and try and do that sometime. I'll read up on it, see what I can and can't do. And hopefully I can, because I should. Yeah, from right here, I'm still 3/4 of a mile from the beach. The posts that kind of focus the trail are somewhere over, I think I see one over there on the tree line. And it does show that the trail actually does wind through the trees to the forest, or through the trees to the ocean. So I might head over that way a little bit. I don't know. It's already 2 o'clock, so I should probably start heading back pretty soon. It's not like I need to get back for anything in particular, but I don't need to be spending all my daylight out here. But I don't know, maybe I will. After I got around this side of the tree island, there's a really good little dune wetland right here. I didn't know that it actually butted up with the OHV area. I think that's not supposed to be an OHV area, so I don't know why there's tire tracks over there. Maybe it is. I don't have the map on hand to see where that barrier actually butts up, but I know on the other side of the little river is the spin reel campground where there's dune driving and stuff like that, but I didn't know it came over here. I kind of hope that it doesn't, and for whatever reason someone snuck over, and if they did, they got in trouble for it, because I'd be surprised if they would let them access these dune wetlands, because they're pretty important for the endemic species out here. But yeah, I think those tire tracks were definitely from someone who's not supposed to be here, because I just found these here, which are definitely tire tracks, and definitely in an area they're not supposed to be, especially through there where they were literally driving over dune grass, going through these little swales here. Yeah, that's That's a big no-no. Hopefully whoever it was got a hefty fine for it, because that really sucks. I get that is a form of recreation that people want to have, but that's why it's designated to certain areas. There's huge areas out here where you go driving on the dunes. Like, there's a ridiculous amount of space to do it, but you don't need to do it in the areas that are literally set aside for people to walk around and for animals to not have to worry about loud, fast-moving chunks of metal flying around at all hours of the day. There's just no reason why people have to come into these more protected areas when they have plenty of other options. So I found the main portion of the trail here. It's got signage and everything. It's a little wet because it's still kind of in this swale area. Don't know if I'm gonna stay on it for too long. It's still like a half mile to the beach. If it stays this wet, I might just head back because I don't want to be stomping around through that. I mean, I have my hiking boots on, but I don't need to be stomping around too much. I already lost my train of thought. I already soaked my boots yesterday. They're dry now, but anyway, this is what made me stop. Look at this big old banana slug. I have to keep an eye out for more guys like him. Look at how big he is. Like a hot dog. I thought he was dog poop for a second. My goodness, he's huge. So as I stopped to check out this big fat guy, I also noticed there was this guy over here, which I didn't even see. So noting that these big fat banana slugs are out, I'm gonna have to be real careful with where I step. If I see a bunch more of them, I'm probably just gonna head back because I really don't want to be staring at the ground the entire way out here. This is a pretty narrow trail. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I just don't want to be stomping slugs, especially big fat ones like that. Yeah, by the look of the trail here, and the sound of all those frogs in there, probably gets a lot wetter. So I think I'm gonna pass for right now. Maybe I'll do this later in the summer if I'm still out here, when it's a bit drier out, because I don't need to be mucking up my clothes or anything. Plus, it's already late enough in the day. I should be heading back. I don't think I even really had a lunch today, so no use getting all the way out to the water and then having to head all the way back. I've already got a decent enough hike that I got to make. But yeah, it was nice getting out here. Pretty close to the starting point now. It's just down there. So last glimpse of the dunes before I head back in. I want to do the other portion of the little interpretive loop, so don't know if there's anything else worth recording on the way back. There might be, but if not, I'll kind of end this here. I might end up going to the Umpqua Lighthouse and whale watching for a little bit after. Looks like a pretty good day. Yeah, there's quite a few bees that I've seen out here. They keep buzzing right next to my head, flying right past me. So they're obviously getting to quite a bit of stuff. I don't know what pollinates this manzanita here, but you can see it's got the little white flowers on it. There's still some fruit on it too. I don't know if that's left over from last season or whatever. But one of the things that I was reading in my Dune plants book is that manzanita are in the Ericaceae family, which I forget the general term for that family, but it includes madrone, manzanita, and evergreen huckleberry, and oh shoot, there's another one that's around here. It might be salal, but there's a lot of them that were in that specific family, which is surprising to me. That's one of the things that I really want to learn, is the larger family groups, especially in areas that I'm a bit more likely to spend time in, like out here on the Oregon coast and back in the Great Lakes. But yeah. Yeah, here's another one of the kind of protected areas. The sign here points it out. This is actually a protected area for the red fescue, which is that kind of reddish grass that's growing along here. And it says they're a pretty common plant species where they're supposed to be, but 95% of areas that are red fescue dominant have been altered, so they're not there anymore. So less than 5% remain, and this is one of the good spots for them because the trees here protect the open dune area. It's not quite as windy here, so the European beach grass, which it competes with, doesn't take over. So another reason why we should be protecting all of these areas.